One of the major topics that's coming up in my coaching sessions these days is about anxiety. Let's face it, there is no shortage of anxiety that's happening right now. It could be about politics, it could be the holiday season, it could be finances, year-end goals, careers, you name it. There's so much anxiety, no shortage. So I want to give you 3 quick tips on how you can manage it. And these are just things to kind of start opening up the conversation so you can start dealing with these feelings, because there's so many side effects, from physical fatigue to mental fatigue. You can get headaches, seasonal blues, the list goes on. And we want to help you manage that the best way we can. So here's a few suggestions. Number one, it may seem obvious, but to simply acknowledge the feelings that you have. Acknowledge the fact that certain topics set you off, they're triggering. If you are aware and acknowledge those things, then you can begin to manage them. Number two, set some boundaries. If you have that coworker, neighbor, or family member that seems to throw you into these conversations that you really don't want to have, that are triggering, just simply say no and create some distance between yourself and that person. The third thing is, within those boundaries, create a safe place for yourself so that you can work on your mental well-being. That might mean going to the gym, taking a walk in the neighborhood. It might mean seeing your coach or your therapist. You could also journal. That's one of my favorite things to do, because you take information that you're feeling here or maybe in here and you get it here down on paper. Once you start writing that information down that's inside you, you find yourself kind of diffusing some of the anxiety that's around it, and you get to acknowledge it on paper and begin addressing those very things that make you uncomfortable. So those are my 3 recommendations. Always remember awareness, setting boundaries, and creating safe spaces for yourself. If that doesn't seem to level off some of that stress, again, see some of your mental health care providers. There is no shame in it. Mental health care is health care. Prioritize yourself, take care of yourself, and continue to do the things that you need to do in order to be healthy. Remember, there is no shame in asking for help, getting support. There are things that you can do that are within close proximity, saying no, being very verbal about what you're uncomfortable with, and creating distance between you and the things that seem to continue to take you to a very uncomfortable place. Continue to work on this. I'd love to know your comments on it. Drop some insight in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I will give some feedback. I do have information in my bio. If you're looking for a journal, want to be a part of people who are trying to do better, and that's the whole thing. We don't want to be perfect. We just want to be better. Feel free to drop some information in the chat box, DM me. You can get my journal. It is available now online. I'll get that out to you, but we definitely want to make sure that we're prioritizing our well-being.